Hello, welcome to episode 9 of our Timberborn Update 2 Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. We've got quite the little town going here as the water comes back from the drought that ended at the end of last episode. And we're going to keep on developing this area in this episode as well as some other things that some of you have addressed in the comments. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. First, I wanted to address, somebody said something about since we've built more stuff over here that these farms aren't reaching all of this, and they sure aren't. This one can only reach all the way up to here. So I think what we're going to want to do is come over here and find a place to put another farmhouse. Or, alternatively, we could just get rid of all of this stuff on the back side here, which I think probably is going to be the most realistic option because we already have this farm over here, and we're going to be building more stuff over in this part of the map anyway. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is unplant all of this stuff, and then we can actually go ahead and have them harvest all of these. Because I believe that's going to be grown enough for us to get stuff. It looks like everything is already done. Good to go. Yeah, so we can actually probably relocate this farm to somewhere else. Just because it's so far removed from everything else that it just really can't get anywhere. So we'll get to that at some point. A bunch of you have said that I'm not doing well with regard to trees and planting of such, and yeah, that's probably a pretty fair assessment. Some of you have said, "Hey, why are you planting pine trees? You should be having the maple trees or chestnuts if you want a whole lot of wood." And yeah, we definitely could be planting more. So I'm going to go ahead and unplant this whole area. Just let them harvest all of this, and then we will replant as soon as these are done. Actually, we could probably just unplant this entire thing. And just let them cut as they do and start gradually replacing individual trees. Because these take so long to actually grow. Actually, we can plant more further out too. I remember somebody saying that if there's even a tiny bit of green on a square, that it should still grow trees. So we're gonna test that. We're gonna see just how much of this we can get away with here, because we really do need to be having more maple trees. And somebody else also said the dandelions are getting out of control. We have, wow, yeah, we have 2,578 of those. So I think we're probably okay to unplant those. In fact, we can probably, I don't want to turn off the gatherer flag because we are getting the chestnuts out of these chestnut trees. But we can unplant these dandelions, and we can also come over, I believe, this area. We can probably just remove these all together and extend this into more tree farming. Because we have so many dandelions. So many of them. Yeah, let's just get this whole thing for good measure. And then we can turn these pine trees, we can unplant them and turn them into maples once they get going, because these are not the ones that we're harvesting the sap from, or the resin, rather. Those are up here. So we will unplant these and unplant these and turn those into maples as the time comes for that. So with that taken care of, we'll go ahead and put on our turbo speed. There's a couple things we have to do over here. And I know a lot of you have said, hey, you're going to flood this whole area when you get your stuff figured out. And yes, that's correct. We were in the middle of building this forester, and I thought it was going to be done sooner than it was. What we're going to actually end up doing here is we're going to be putting in a levee on this side as well. So we're going to kind of create an artificial canyon here. So what we need to do, I don't think these reach. Yes, we're going to put in, I guess I could go ahead and move. These don't have any logs Nope, I don't want to click on you. Yeah, we can actually get rid of all of these, and we can put in a couple of them over here. And just go ahead and really go to town on our trees here. We have, in this district, we have 416 logs stored. That's not going to be enough to build everything we want to build. It's going to take quite some time to actually get that done. But we can start by putting in... oh, we actually have unemployed beavers. We're going to put in a... what do you call it? A builder's hut. If I can find a good spot for it, I guess I could just go ahead and put one right here at the base of these stairs. We'll actually prioritize... Nope. We'll prioritize this. Because once we have this at least one level higher, we can start flooding this whole area right here. And they, of course, can't get to it because this is not set up right. We have to put in, I believe, right here. My original plan was to put in a dam block. We could probably actually just make this a 3-wide dam block and then put in a levee over here and just have this go ahead and be done. And leave us the ability to access different stuff. Because we have to put our power thing has to come across here. Which we will gradually get to. Okay, we got to get these people in here. Lumberjacking these trees. So we got to get these out of here. And they're going to be planting... Well, once the forestry is put in... They're supposed to be importing planks. Is it because this district does not have planks? Okay, are we not... we just not processing planks? Is this guy not going to work? We should be. Oh, they don't have enough logs yet. Okay. Alright. So this is what happens when we have these enormous building projects. This will be finished sometime in this episode. And then we're going to start to have a whole lot more water here. Which means we can then demolish this gate and probably this walkway as well. Just make sure this all flows evenly. Because in the last drought, this actually got almost completely dry, which just further proves that we really, really needed this. So we'll take full advantage of that as we keep filling this part up. So the builder's hut is all done. Now we have 4 more people building. Should be a pretty quick process here. Still waiting on our planks. For some reason, they are not bringing us planks. No, we have planks. We just have to actually get there. Get these guys going. I don't think I have... I don't think I've set any priorities here. So I think it should be the next thing they build, hopefully, is this guy once we get our planks in place. Then we can turn... I guess we could have part of that be the pine trees. But we're going to want most of this to be maple. Which we'll actually go ahead and just do a whole bunch of them over here. It's going to take them forever and a day to do that. We also need to build these guys some houses here. So we have food, we have water, they just don't have anywhere to sleep, which is a little sad. Alright, we can safely unpause those two, and we should now in this district have no unemployment, which is good. Eventually, I think we actually should probably set that priority low until we get this entire first dam area built, because we don't want to flood everything. So we'll just go ahead and get that way, like that should be a pretty good start. Yeah. And then they can actually build one level up, I know, so we'll have to come back and fill in this hole after they get that whole thing done. Yeah, that whole thing. Then once that's in place, I know I just keep spending all of my wood building these ridiculous levees everywhere. But I promise there's a point to it. We're going to have a lot of water stored here, and it's not going to flood the parts of the map we don't want to flood. So we can actually use, later on, we can use water dumps and we can use deep mechanical water pumps to fill in stuff like this. But not until we have a little bit more infrastructure taken care of over here. These guys are going to be plenty busy for the next little while, taking care of all of the rest of this stuff. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is put in, I think we can do, we'll put in a couple of these, by a couple I mean 4, and we'll put another path going between all these. Then I believe if we go over to our migrating population, we can go ahead and have our automatic minimum here. Let's go ahead and go up to 20 beavers. Because we're going to be able to take care of at least that many with the resources that we're getting at this rate. And if we put a bunch more guys in here, we can have a lot more lumberjacks and a lot more builders, and we can get this project done just a little quicker. And this guy is complaining because there is nothing for him to gather. He should be gathering. Is he already full? No. He should be gathering the pine resin, and he should be gathering. Oh no, he can't. That's right. He doesn't do that. His neighbor in the other building does. So we actually don't need this. So we can go ahead and get rid of that and replace it with another one of these lumberjack flags. Yep, that'll be an improvement. All right, so these trees are being harvested, so we can come back in with our maple trees and start planting those in little bits and pieces. And I was going to do the same thing down here as these get harvested. So let's go ahead and pop those in there. It's not going to let me click on these until there's actually a tree there, huh? Okay, well that's fine. This is already looking like a massive improvement. Just have to get these things stuck in here. Are these able to? Yeah, they can still see everything. That's looking good. Okay, they're still waiting on planks for stuff. All right, that's all right. I don't know why they haven't been building this forester. We really need to get some trees planted. So let's get some of these planks in here, because I know we have 32. Come on. Get going on this thing. There we go. They are finally getting to it. Okay, then we'll go ahead and get these things going. We can harvest these dead trees to get a little bit more wood. Then eventually, once this area is looking better with regard to hydration, we can pop in some more of those trees planted there. But next thing we build here should probably be these barracks. If I had to decide one thing, these guys have had nowhere to sleep for quite some time. So let's go ahead and take care of that for them. Just pop in, I think this holds 10. We'll pop those 2 right there. And let them go ahead and, oh, okay, we have all 4 here. Good. Let's define this area as a tree cutting area. I think that covers most of that. Yes, sure does. Let's go ahead and mark all this, because I know I'm probably going to turn this into trees later. There we go. All right, and they can get to work with that. And this forester is all done. He'll be able to plant plenty of trees later as these guys work on this stuff. So let's take a look back over here. This is looking good. Yeah, we're just going to have to keep an eye out on this area, whether or not we're going to be able to actually get trees planted in here. I think this area, oh, this area might actually not be irrigated unless there's more water coming through. So I guess we'll see. It probably won't plant if there's not actually ability for stuff to grow. We're looking good over here. Our food supply is completely excessive, which at this point in the game is good. Waiting on logs. We have plenty of logs. We're growing more logs. We probably should be growing logs down here. I think we might be... Oh yeah, we still have room. Let's put down another forester. I know I keep putting a ton of foresters everywhere. Let's put that guy, and then we'll get him started immediately planting a bunch of maple trees. I think he should cover pretty much all of this whole space, actually. No, I don't want up there. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of all of these dandelions. Don't need those. This is actually, that's a birch tree, a seedling. We probably don't need that. I'm not going to be losing sleep over that. I guess I can just go ahead and plant directly over all of this. Okay, we have three of these. Okay, we should put in more because I know we're going to need them. And we have the extra beavers to do it. Okay, so then we'll put in a maple tree here. Put one there, put one there. And as soon as those guys get around to getting rid of these things, they might not actually because... Oh, okay, no, they are. I know there's a certain distance from paths that they will actually demolish stuff. It might be 10 squares, I think someone had said. So if they don't get this stuff, we know why. So I think it might actually be in our... Oh, nope, didn't want that. Might actually be in our interest to extend the path a little bit anyway. Try to get them to take care of some of that. But obviously the goal is we want to have a ton of trees that we can harvest because we're going to need them. Alright, so this is actually the full extent of what we had. Wow, this is quite a wall of water here. We now need to turn this into a floodgate. So we'll turn that into a triple. Right there. And now that that's constructed, we can actually go ahead and... I don't know, do we want to keep this one? We might. Just to segment stuff, but we can go ahead and completely lower it just to make sure water can flow in between. Get these guys to build one of those. We have plenty of water and we're not close to a drought, so I think we're okay, but that project is finally almost done. Looks like that's in good shape. I don't think these trees are all watered, which is... I guess I should have expected it, should have seen that coming, but we weren't quite there. And these guys still have not built these barracks, and they haven't really built that many things. Oh, okay, they were building the staircases. That's what they were doing. Alright, you guys have to have somewhere to sleep. So get these barracks built. I don't want to feel bad forever. But we definitely need these trees growing, so it's good that these are planted. It's going to take a while before everything is fully taken care of anyway. But in the meantime, we're making some pretty good progress. And we can start growing our own food over here pretty soon as well. I did want to get this thing kind of filled up. We don't really have a ton of water. But I guess I could start putting in a water dump here. Eventually, just to get stuff kind of situated. Because once this starts being a little greener over here, we can put in a farm and start growing some other stuff. I know this is pretty green right now, so I think in the spirit of, you know, actually accomplishing something. 91%. Okay, so we'll let this one grow up and then we'll cut it. This guy will start dumping water out. Maybe this will greenify a little bit of this area. Probably not until we get a couple blocks deep. But this does eventually need to be filled, and we will eventually have water actually piped over here as a reservoir. But until then, we just keep using some of this because we do have plenty. We have these guys pumping over here. And I think I can let this one go ahead and get built. Then we can actually have this entire column go up too. We'll just stall this guy behind everybody else. That'll help us with a little bit. There we go. Okay, now these guys have fully annihilated all of these trees, huh? Well, we can't really do anything else, so we'll go ahead and make sure there's no more wood in here. We'll get rid of those guys. And now we have, in this district, 8 unemployed, which we're going to convert into... We don't really need a hauling post yet, I don't think, because we have these guys. We are going to put another builder's hut. I think would be smart to put in over here. Yeah, we'll just put that right there. Give these guys something to do. You know, if I were really smart, I'm sure someone's already commenting about this. I could have just put a channel here with dynamite because we do have that. And then just put in a gate to regulate it. But I didn't think that far ahead. And I think we're a little late for that. But this will eventually be filled with water. I did want an excuse to mess with the mechanical water pumps anyway. So I'm thinking what we might be able to do is put in an aqueduct here. And then I obviously can't research this because it's 5,000 science points. But put an aqueduct and then actually pump it out of this stream into there. That'll be a fun late game project that we will get to in due time. But for the time being, these guys are doing their thing over here. We really need this entire bottom layer right here to be done before I close off that section, which is why this is the bottom priority. But as soon as these are all constructed, we can take this up to the next level. Too far from the district, huh? Okay, we'll put in... That path should let us get there, I think. It might actually not. Well, if we can't put one there, that's going to be kind of a problem, isn't it? Alright, so for that one, we're going to put a path that way. That'll let them get to there. That'll be a nice, easy way to solve that problem. Okay, we now have 4 unemployed beavers. I think... Yeah, we're still doing good on food and water. I think we're probably okay. We really can't do too much until the rest of these trees are planted, and that's probably going to take a while. We'll just let these guys keep on keeping on with their building, because they are now out of logs. So are we importing... Well, we really can't import logs because this district doesn't have a ton. Although the enormous building projects over here are fully complete, so I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Yeah, see, look at all these. We're getting somewhere. Alright, now these can be turned into maples. I guess we can just go ahead and make this whole thing. Although they're not going to be able to plant over here, which is fine, I guess. We're making progress. This poor guy is taking 800 years to get around to doing anything. Yes, I know these lumberjack flags aren't doing anything. No, I'm not going to pause them because that's a pain in the butt. And we currently have 30 unemployed beavers. I'm not trying to speed run maximum efficiency or anything. We're just trying to get stuff planted and stuff growing. Yeah, see, they've mostly taken care of... Okay, they don't have logs, that's right. We just need these trees to grow, and I think the oldest ones here are still only at about 37, 38%. So, now we wait. And they're trying to get this stuff done too, so... I just wish there was a quicker way to get wood. I don't know that I can get my guys up here. This might actually be too... No, it might not be. Let's try it. Let's see, I'm going to have to put in staircases that I don't really have resources to build. But if we make this stuff all the highest priority, then we might actually get somewhere. And then we can use all of this wood. We can get most of it at least. Get these guys going. They can definitely cut all of that down. Just mark all of this for cutting. Cool. Because we do have now... Well, okay, we're going to start importing logs. Just because we can use them. And this district is no longer strangled by trying to build these enormous dams. Alright, we've got some more maple trees we can plant here. I always click the wrong thing to do that. Baby steps. Little progress as we go along. I don't know why that beaver sounds so German, but that's fine. Yeah, just a couple logs will be good to go. Looks like he's got a log. And we'll get them chopping these down, and that should speed up our progress considerably. Oh, this tree's actually not planted? Why didn't they plant this guy? I guess it's still in the process, huh? Well, that's fine. Do they get these? Yes. Okay, good. Now we're getting to work. Getting all these trees, we should be back in business. Still planting. Still looking good. I guess they can get that done, but we should probably get these levees done first. We'll go ahead and elevate that guy for construction. We don't need this. They're not going to be able to reach that. That's okay. How many unemployed beavers do I have in this district? None. Okay. 3 vacancies looking for jobs. We can go ahead and, for the time being, I think get rid of that one. Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll get rid of these for now because none of these trees have grown yet. Send these guys over here. Looks like they're all occupied, cutting some trees down, so that's good to see. How are they doing over here? All right, that's looking good. Did they get... Okay, good. They did get that one in. That's progress. That's good. We've successfully marked that one as the lowest possible priority. Got a nice healthy amount of water flowing through here. We're probably going to get a drought pretty soon, but I know this is going to take forever doing this way. It's probably dumb. Someone's probably going to have some choice thoughts about my strategy with this, but it's okay. We do need to have water in here, even if it is pretty shallow. Yeah, there's not much in here. But eventually this will be filled up. We have plenty of water here. Not worried about it. And I think we can actually go ahead and get some more beavers in this district for the purpose of harvesting logs. Let's take these guys up to 30. Build another barracks. I don't know if I want to do that. I think we might want to do that. Well, they'll build that eventually. They need a lot more logs. And hopefully... Okay, they got another week in game or so, so sometime during this next drought, these will be ready for harvest. But they've got some over here they can be doing. And we can go ahead and put in more pathways in here. And just make a whole bunch of these lumberjack flags, because these guys have to have something to cut down, right? We even have a couple of maple seedlings that are coming reasonably quickly. Alright, we can plant some more over here. It's maples, looking good. Alright. Power-wise, we're looking good. We're about to be down a lot of power because we're not going to have a whole lot of water flowing during the drought, which is fine, I suppose. We're still doing okay anyway. We have 2,600 dandelions, which we have not really done anything with. I guess we could go ahead and start getting rid of some of these guys in favor of planting maybe some more trees. Yeah, because we have we got rid of the dandelion patch over here. We can actually turn all of these into trees as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, just get this whole thing. Yeah, that's starting to look a lot better. And these guys are just absolutely going to town on these trees. So that's good progress there. How far out is this going to let me go? Oh, wow. Okay, we have all that space. We still have 5 unemployed beavers, so that actually means we did need more. Okay, somebody can get this tree now that that's all done. We'll let them go to work. There's still no logs for for this guy. I mean, you have enough. You just have to build it. So I wonder what they're focusing on now. Is it building these? Yeah, okay, they're still building all of this stuff. Well, we really should be having them build these levees right here. That should be priority number 1 because we're not gonna have a good time. So I'm actually gonna speed priority this one block of levee because then we'll have a little bit of water stored up for this drought. That'll help keep these trees alive. It's going to take them a while to actually get over here to start building anyway. I just hope it can be done before the drought is up. Yeah, it looks like they're already getting to work. We'll just mark the one on top of it as low priority. That should be fine. Next day and a half, that'll be done. How are we looking on water storage? We have plenty. We have plenty of food. And this is still putting a tiny bit of water in here. That's fine. The goal is to eventually fill this up. Yes, I realize that won't happen. Oh, hello. That might actually happen if this remains flooded. This will stop being flooded pretty quickly, though. So, we don't have any reason to be concerned about that. That actually was probably pretty smart to do. Because once the drought hits, this will dry up. And it'll be fine. We do have 1.2 days left anyway. And they can still cut trees and whatnot. These aren't gonna die immediately. Yeah, see, now we're making good progress here. And if this can actually get pretty full before it starts receding, then we're going to be in good shape. I probably should have just done this in the first place, but you know how these things go. All these thirsty beavers better get drinking. Alright, let's check out over here. We still looking good. Okay, we can plant all of these as maples now. Good. That's going to be quite nice. This is already getting there. Got a lot of trees that can be planted. Right, I'm going to go ahead and queue up. Let's just say all of these can go bye-bye. I think as far as berries go, we still have a pretty good amount of berries. Although I'm tempted to just get rid of all of these over here. Then we can get rid of these gatherer flags as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Now if we need more berries, we can always plant more bushes over here. We can go ahead and, yeah, we'll leave these in place until all the berry bushes are removed. Which actually is proving to be pretty quick here. And then they'll get the berries out of the gather flags. We'll get rid of those. This one is empty, and this one will be empty probably pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead, because we have... Well, we don't really need to add more beavers right now, but we need to make sure we're keeping an eye on the future. Yeah, this is completely full. That's good. Except now it's a little deeper than I wanted it to be, which is not ideal. Just now all these buildings are flooded. Okay, let's pause the water dump. Fortunately, I know a way to fix this. And it's to keep running these water pumps during the drought. They are eventually going to pump this out. And it'll be before the trees die. It won't take that long. We have a 9-day drought, so it's actually good we had this water here. It's just going to be, you know, a little annoying to deal with all that. Fortunately, the beavers don't really care. And can now, well, they can't operate out of the builder's hut right now. So that's a little annoying. We'll get those guys employed up here. I could maybe have put in another water pump. Do I have enough? Oh, this is in this other district. No, it's not. I actually have 100 planks. So why don't we go ahead, put in a platform here. We'll put in a deep water pump, connect it up, and increase our pump throughput here. And we're eventually going to need water capacity anyway. Now we're looking good. Getting plenty of these trees harvested here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these closer ones. So we don't need anything else from them. Yeah, we'll leave that one. And eventually this will be unflooded. I know this is probably very frustrating to watch, we'll say. But it's fine. We can actually get these, all these set up and get all of our beavers getting all of this wood. And then we can just go back and get rid of these because we're not going to have any trees growing over here. We'll save that for over in this area once it is unflooded. They say they can't get all the materials for the lodge, but it's all, or barracks, I'm sorry, this faction. But it's all logs anyway, so, you know, no big deal. They'll get it figured out. They have 88 logs stored up, so I don't know why they can't just use that. Now they can get almost all those trees. Almost. I think I should put in one more. Yeah, that'll get the last of those. These guys have nothing to do over here. I'm telling you, you got to come over here and you got to work. Oh, they are. There's just the overflow from our flooded area down here. This water should be going away pretty soon. They are pumping. Come on. I can see it's almost gone. Almost. There we go. Now we can all get back to work. And we still have 5 unemployed beavers, so I think we can actually put in another one of these builder's huts here. Now that most of these trees are harvested, and these should start... Did they stop growing in the middle of the flood? No, it doesn't look like it. Why are you guys not building your barracks? Go ahead and do that. I guess I can prioritize that. Maybe they're working on this? No? What are they working on here? Oh, they're not going to get to that one first. Alright, well, since they haven't invested any resources into this, I guess we need to... Oh, they're too far. They're too far from a path. How about now? Still? Huh. Really? Okay, that's kind of annoying. I don't want to have to build through this. Why is that? They're going to make me put in a, they're going to make me put in stairs here, aren't they? That's going to be annoying. Well, I guess we have to actually get somewhere here. So we can actually turn this back on because this will only fill up to the bottom of its own building, I think. So that can actually be used in that way. I think the end of this drought's probably going to have to be the end of this episode based on the runtime we're looking at. So let's take a look at some of this other stuff. We have a couple of these maple trees we can pop in. Right there, looking good. Our food supply is still looking great. Carrot-wise, we could probably use a few more of those. But I don't want to cut into our trees here. I think potatoes we might... no, we're still okay on potatoes. We still have an unbelievable amount of wheat. Or bread, at least. I think we might have finally caught up to the wheat. Yeah, we're looking okay here. And our birth rate still seems to be going up, so we don't need more birthing pods at this exact moment. Get rid of that guy. I don't think we have any more stuff we're really waiting on to be built in this part of the map. We're just operating, obviously, on a reduced capacity for our power supply here. Based off of these 3 engines, but that's okay. We will make good use of those until time comes to do other stuff. I think we can probably pause our smelters for the time being. We have a pretty good amount. We have a lot of medicine saved up, actually. So let's see. Do we have... Come down here to our healer's huts. I thought we had medical beds. Okay, that's fully stocked with medicine. That's looking good. Nope, didn't want to hit that button. I think we're in good shape. Our storage is probably full, which I said at one point I was going to address, and I didn't. So we should probably find a good spot for that. I'm kind of reluctant to build too much infrastructure down here because I feel like this might end up getting flooded at some point. We're not quite there yet. And they've almost finished with these trees. Fortunately, these are starting to grow, and some of these should be available for harvest pretty soon here. We only have 3 unemployed beavers. They still have not built this barrack. I guess I should just tell them they have to do it. No, I didn't want to put that there. Go away. They were jumping on that. But now that we have this built, I think we should be able to start getting the rest of this stuff in place. We just ended up with kind of an unfortunate set of boundary restrictions here. That should let us build on the rest of this. Yes, it is eventually going to be more than 2 blocks tall. We're going to extend this probably pretty good ways up here. But I just wanted to have this hold some water. And we'll see where that takes us on that. We just need to get more trees harvested in here. Oh, it was actually outside of the... yeah, because of the path distance. That's right. Okay. Well, that's not a big deal. Builders from there can't build there. Builders from here are also constrained to the same path system, so putting a path on top of this is probably the best way to go. Got a lot of power stored up here. We got 30,000 times 9, so all you math nerds out there, that's how much we have. I guess that's math. Something with 27 in front of it. I don't know. It is embarrassing how bad I am at math. 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. Yeah, 270,000 horsepower hours. That's a pretty good bit. So I guess we're making progress on the rest of this. Once they actually have the ability to get in there and work on it, that is. I guess we have to make these higher priorities because they're in the corners and they're going to get buried otherwise. Although they seem to be doing a good job of taking care of that. So we got 12 guys on building. They still have not built the barracks. That's unfortunate. How are we doing on wood over here? We have 15. Really? That's it? That's part of the reason why I was kind of reluctant to have only maples as the main wood supplies, because they take so long to build. So if you find yourself completely out, it's kind of not an ideal situation. All right, so we are rapidly losing some of our berries. So I think we're going to want to... Where did I see the berries? Yeah, right here. We're going to want to add at least one more row of blueberries here. Try to keep those kind of in one spot. Guess we have to kind of leave these guys exactly where they are. So while we're kind of waiting for the rest of this stuff to get taken care of, it would be really nice to have this entire first level at least taken care of. That way we can store a little bit more water. But I'm not holding my breath. I think we actually, since this is now fully built on this side, we actually don't need these stairs anymore. So I think we can get, unless we wanted to do aqua farming, which I don't think we do. So I guess we'll get rid of these because we need to put in a levee right here. So we'll have to leave that in place. They can build that as well. And now we have wood coming up, so we actually need to have our lumberjack flags right here. I guess we can go ahead and put 2 of those guys right there. Let them go to work on that, get some more logs. Because we are out again over here. How are we looking in our main district? How are we looking on everything? We have plenty of food. okay. Wet fur need is not being completely met. We could possibly address that. Everyone's getting different types of food. We can put more campfires and terraces in, I suppose. If we can find a good spot to put any of those kind of things. We do have 2 campfires. We have 2 rooftop terraces. I need to find a way to put something else in here. I was going to extend this up again, another level. We don't really need that right now. I don't have anywhere up here to put a rooftop terrace on. What about the other... Yeah, we haven't done any of the fun stuff. We haven't made books yet. We haven't done any shrines. Okay, we could do shrines. Got enough points. Where do we want to put a beaver shrine? Oh, I should put in a beaver statue. We have the science points for it. 30. Okay, if I put one here, that's going to get most of the people that are walking around will be able to see him. Or feel his effects even if he's underneath. That's just a good way to save space. So we'll we'll leave him like that. And then I think we can put a shrine right in front of him, because we have that one extra space. That will satisfy somebody's... Is this already built? Wow, that was quick. Alright. So that actually covers... Oh, it's not going to get rid of all the buildings on the ground level, but it actually has a pretty decent radius that's going to cover, I think, a lot of the beavers sleeping. So that's going to be... It's going to be a good improvement there. Let's see, as far as other well-being stuff, we haven't done any of these. Because I haven't really had a great place to put one yet. And this water level fluctuates so much. I guess I could maybe... If we dynamited this section out, I could put one right here. So let's actually do that. Because we have the ability, so why don't we, right? We could put in some more showers here too. I guess we'll do that right there, and then we'll go ahead and put in those 2 guys. We can go ahead and research this. That'll fit... okay, so I actually need to do 2 more. We need to do right here and right here. Alright, well, come on down and put these other 2 dynamites in. Somebody? Anybody? Anybody? Guess we'll have to make those important. Either that or they just decided they're not working because they're out of time. Alright, are we making any progress over here? I think we are. They still haven't built their barracks over here. Yes, I know it's because I haven't prioritized it because I really want them to build this wall. But we're gonna have to get some more wood in here. Are we still importing any logs? I guess I should establish some limits here. We'll do, say 75 bread. 75 grilled potatoes. That should allow us to get some more logs in here. What do I have planks set to? 100? No. No. We'll do 25 planks. That'll help a little bit. Yeah, we're not going to get this done this episode, this whole little wall thing, which is a little disappointing. But I can tell you what, we can safely get rid of all these. If we plant more trees up here. I know there's 2 more, but alright, I'll tell you what. That was premature of me to get rid of that. We'll leave 1 right there. I think we can go ahead and put in another builder's hut. Even though we don't have all the resources for it just yet. If we clear out some space, they'll bring in some logs. Hopefully. We actually don't need to have water imported anymore, I don't think, because we are pretty good self-sustaining, even though they haven't built this yet. Because I think they were waiting on logs to do all that. Yeah, still waiting on logs. So hopefully this will allow us to get some more in here. Even though these guys I know really don't have very many, and the ones they do have are being burned for power. But these trees are growing, kind of. They just take forever. Yeah, we'll be okay. Just a little bit of over-eager expansion in the early game, kind of coming back to bite us now, although it's really not that big of a deal. This guy, I guess we can... I don't want to build a lumberjack flag just for him, though. I don't have any logs. How close are these? 50%. All right. I can't click on this guy for some reason. 17. Okay, so some of these at the back are actually pretty close. So by the end of the drought, yep, there comes one. There's just not enough logs to go around. But I think pretty soon, once all of these maples start to mature, we're going to be drowning in trees. See, look at all this capacity we added. We're still this low. Yeah, that's a problem. We probably need to have some more water pumps on this side. Got to figure out somewhere to put those. Although we now only have 20 unemployed beavers over here, which is progress, I suppose. Still not importing any logs, of course we're not. Alright, well, they have a couple of logs to try and get this stuff done. It's just slow going. Slow going. Have I prioritized any more of these? I don't think so. I just had these inside corner ones because I knew they'd get buried. Oh well, that's fine. Not always going to have time to do everything, that's for sure. But we made some pretty good progress on this district today. Looks like we've got just a little bit more work done to get this first layer. Then we'll build another layer of this guy. And then we'll build a third high layer on here. And, you know, we might actually just go ahead and put a dam right here. Instead of this levee, we might get rid of all this, because we are going to have to incrementally increase our height here. But I think we'll go ahead and go back to normal speed. We're in a good spot. Now this whole area is irrigated, at least, so I guess we could put a farm in. That would probably be a pretty smart use of the rest of our time here, actually. So I'll put this guy, we could actually put 2 farms in, and we'll start growing some crops, of course carrots, because we can always use those. I'm trying to use the wrong button to move the map around. Let's put in some carrots here. We'll put in, don't need sunflowers, we'll put in some potatoes. We're not going to do any wheat over here yet because we don't have the processing for it. Nope, not sunflowers. We'll put carrots all the way back this way and potatoes all the way back this way. So we got those guys. And then, actually, I wonder if... Let's be smart. Let's be smart about this. We'll put in our farmhouses on top of the storage and then build a platform on top of things. So that's going to take a little while to get to, and we're not going to be able to put as much of a quick hurry on getting the food actually done, but I think that's going to be long run a much better option for us. And they should still be able to utilize all of this anyway. And it's unlikely this will ever dry up now that it's being fed and it made it all the way through the drought, so we should be in good shape. And I think that's going to be a very good progress for the next episode. Man, I can't even get this whole thing in one shot anymore. Well, if I can find a way to alter FOV, I might be able to get most of it in. But yeah, good progress. We've got this finished. This is slowly filling back up. We planted a ton, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new maple trees. And we've got a pretty good handle on the rest of the resources outside of logs, which are going to have to slowly catch up as we get more maples growing. This area is starting to take off a little bit more. We'll have more development on that soon. And then, of course, as this wall is completed, we'll keep raising all of that stuff. But yeah, I like where we're going. I think we're making good progress. And we're going to be in good shape going into the next episode. That's probably going to be sometime in the early to middle of next week. I'm going to try, no promises, try to do a live stream here on YouTube this weekend. Haven't quite decided what that's going to be, and I'm still efforting one of those new games on sometime next week. So be on the lookout for that. I will do that as I have the time. And of course, trying to do another Twitch stream over at twitch.tv/JCTheBeard as well. Tried to do some The Last of Us this past week, but my PlayStation didn't want to cooperate, so that was annoying. But, you know, that's how these things go. You live and you learn. You do something else if you can't do the first thing you wanted to do. So yeah, that's about all the time we have for this week. This week. I guess it's Saturday. That counts as the end of the week. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out of your day to join me for a little bit of Timberborn Beaver City building. And yeah, just hope you're enjoying the videos. As always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, valid criticisms, or whatever. I read every comment. I respond when I can. And I enjoy talking about the game to people. So if you have any concerns at all, feel free to leave them down below in the comments, and I will take a look. And oh, hey, we're flooding again. Good. We'll deal with that in the next episode, and we'll figure out a way to handle all that good stuff. But again, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.